Well, it'll be my last time here, and we're somewhere. We're going to find out what's going on, and then out the door we go. And you are?
Well, my name is Bernard Richard. I'm the Ombudsman and Child and Youth Advocate for New Brunswick for another 2 hours.
2 hours. And we got some news. We got a new Ombudsman?
Well, it is good news. I think that the Premier has decided to name 2 people to replace me.
I hear that.
One to be an acting Ombudsman, and the other to be an acting Child and Youth Advocate. So that it'll provide a smooth transition, and he's keeping his promise, one of the promises made in his platform to separate the mandates. And this is kind of an indication of how it's going to happen. Now it's a transition, so it's a temporary, because they're acting a temporary kind of solution, but they're both people who I've worked with for a number of years, so I'm very confident that it's going to provide really good service to the citizens of New Brunswick.
But he hasn't named anyone yet.
Oh yes, he has. This morning, Cabinet approved a decision to appoint François Levert as the acting Ombudsman.
Is that the one downstairs?
Downstairs, yeah.
Okay.
And Chris Whalen as the acting Child and Youth Advocate.
And those were the two individuals that worked with you over the years?
Yes, they've worked with me for several years, 4 or 5 years now.
So, are they going to stay there or just...
Well, that I think the Premier and the legislature has to make a decision on that. One of the things that I recommended last year is that the new officers be appointed after an open competition, that they allow people to apply. They don't have to do that because they can appoint on a recommendation of the legislature, and so and that's how I was appointed.
You were appointed by
a motion from the legislature and appointed by the Lord
by
government,
the Lord,
and then by the Graham government, Child and Youth Advocate. So they can keep doing that, but I think there may be an opportunity to advertise and see what's out there, see who's interested in these positions. So they might do that, but that will be...
But you brought it to a level that nobody wants a job. They can't pay, they couldn't pay me enough. I emailed the Premier. I told him, I said, make sure the next one you appoint has ADHD. And I said, P.S., I'm not interested. You know, I mean, you got to be full of energy. It's not anybody. You brought it to a level that...
Well, I don't know, Charles, but what I can say is that it's been a tough job doing, well, actually 3 jobs. It's been Ombudsman, Child and Youth Advocate, and Right to Information Privacy Commissioner. Now we have Anne Bertrand as Right to Information Privacy Commissioner, Chris as Child and Youth Advocate, and François as the Ombudsman. So I've been carrying a heavy load for a number of years. It doesn't hurt to be hyperactive, to be able to kind of do all of that, juggle all of that. There are really different kinds of issues, so to kind of follow the new developments in the area, the new court decisions on right to information, to kind of follow all of that and then cover every government department and agency and advocate for children all at the same time. It's that nobody else in the country has all of these responsibilities.
You dye your hair?
I don't dye my hair.
You sure?
I'll tell you a funny story about that. About a year ago, I had a busy day, did some interviews and taped interviews, and I went to my hairdresser, my barber, to get a haircut. She's a woman in Cap-Pelé. And so I was getting my haircut, and it was about 6:15 or so. The phone rings, and she answers the phone, and she says, "No," and she starts laughing and hangs up. And I said, "Who was that?" She said, "It was my aunt. She was watching the news, and she saw you on the news, and she called to ask if I dyed your hair."
Well, okay.
So I don't dye my hair.
Okay, here, part 1. We'll get to part